So what if you could rent the investments in your IRAs and Roth IRAs to collect income and do it just like you would in real estate? Now, most of the time, investing in the markets in the most efficient way possible is your best bet. Let it ride, right? Over the years, the market's growth, as well as your additional contributions, should compound your money just fine. Now, I specialize in the actual management of your retirement assets. While others try to sell you products to make money, my job is to focus on the growth of your account over the long term. My goal is to have you in the best possible investments so that you can retire comfortably. Now, for some clients, one way that I do this is by renting out the investments in their portfolios so that they can generate more income and grow their accounts more than the average investor. All right, so to explain this, let's use a scenario that we're all familiar with. Let's pretend that we're buying an investment property. Now, once you buy it, you have two choices. You can either fix it up and flip it, and that's the short-term view, or you can hold on to it for the long term and rent it out while you're holding it to generate some income. Now, while the value of that property goes up and down over the years, you're going to keep renting that property and collect that income. Hopefully, when you go to sell it in the future, it's worth a lot more than you paid for it. You'll make a profit on that in addition to that rental income that you've collected all those years. The pros are you can collect rental income to pay down your mortgage, or if you own it outright, then you're effectively reducing your cost basis every time you collect rent on that property. The cons are you may not be able to collect rent consistently, right? Also, the tenant could damage your home or burn it down or something. And over the years, of course, you're going to be required to kind of keep the property up and update it throughout the years and things. So there's a cost in that as well. All right, so we all know how investment properties work. But how does this apply to your retirement investments? Imagine that we invested in, say, the S&P 500. Now let's pretend that that's a house for a second. While the value of the house, the S&P 500, goes up and down over the years, we can rent that out to other investors that are willing to pay us for it. Now the pros are that we can rent that out consistently. In the markets, there's no such thing as a late rental payment, or you don't get one of those phone calls saying, hey man, I just got paid, I'm gonna have to cash the check and I'll get you your rent on Monday. Doesn't exist in the markets. Also, we don't have to worry about the person damaging our S&P 500, our house, if you will, because we're never actually going to give them anything. In addition, we don't have to deal with any upkeep because there's nothing physical, right? They don't do paper stock certificates anymore. Everything is digital. So there's nothing that we need to update, fix, repair, nothing like that. Now, the only negative thing, which really isn't so bad, is that the person that rents our house, right, the S&P 500 in this example, has the right to buy the property or buy the S&P 500 at any point that they want to. And we can't say no. But here's the deal. We always agree on that purchase price up front. So if the tenant does want to take our property or our S&P 500 from us, we're already going to know the price that they're going to want to take it, and we'll have already agreed to it beforehand. So what's the catch? Well, it's not really suitable for every investor, but really there's no catch. I mean, exactly how I explained it is exactly how it works. See, other advisors and wealth managers, they want you to just buy and hold, and they spend a lot of money and effort to convince you that buying and holding is your best bet. I agree, of course, but while we're holding, why can't we rent out the products that we're holding? You can. The problem is it's a little bit more work for those advisors, and they're not really set up to handle that. At Jazz, I'll do a little extra work because it'll make you better off, and of course, you'll go tell your friends. Well, if you think that's something that may work for you, let's talk. Hit the subscribe button, leave a comment down below, or you can always contact me directly at